Sup, fellow gamers? It's your boy, Patrick King Minion Demon here. I'm going to talk about three things today, besides the first one being the weekly Discord Ask Me Anythings. The other two are going to be pretty much the pros and cons of my Colossalcon experience for 2019. And the third one will just be about Twitter banning me for another week because I called someone retarded. We'll get right to it. Yeah. So, if you had the choice between pressing a button that Thanatos is all animal fuckers versus a button that Thanatos is all child molesters, which button would you press? Well, I can't decide between getting rid of zoophiles and pedophiles, so I'd smash both those fucking buttons. Mainly because I despise zoophilia and pedophilia. And I'm not talking about pedophilia where it extends to 15 to 17s, because that's not really pedophilia, it's hebephilia, which is another topic in itself. But yeah, people who just fuck children and animals, they deserve to be eradicated. There's no hope for those kinds of people. You can say, oh, they just need to take medication. They gotta just not think about doing the actions. Because we already have these people called MAPS, which stands for Minor Attracted Person, which is just low-key saying pedophilia. I don't know who really started it. A lot of people blame it on 4chan, but that's just the easiest way to blame something. Just blame a fucking random board site full of anonymous motherfuckers. Really, really smart. Despite the fact, like, you know, people like Desmond is amazing exists. And that kid, he's not going to live past 18 due to how fucking violated he was by his dad. Shit sucks. But yeah, fuck pedophiles. Fuck zoophiles. Fuck anyone who tries to defend that shit. Hit both buttons. Hit the gas. If given a choice between playing Monster Hunter Online and death, why would you choose death? Because Monster Hunter Online isn't going to be alive anymore by the end of this year due to how shitty of a company Tencent is. Because Monster Hunter Online was basically a cheap Monster Hunter clone. Like, sure, it had its own monsters, but it was a really bad game. Nothing flowed of it, and the only ones who defended it are people who didn't want to play Frontier because of the Japanese language barrier, and would rather be a cash cow pay pig for Tencent by buying all those DLC costumes that are just, you know, for looks. Because I'll tell you right now, you cannot buy your way to the top of Monster Hunter. The only way that happens is if you get carried. And it's very easy to notice who is a carried Monster Hunter player these days. Plus, I'd rather choose death because death is imminent. But the thing that I don't look forward to with death is still trying to live my life, get all the goals done that I want to do, and to have a good time, you know? After everything that happened, would you still have sexual intercourse with Momokun? As long as she consents? Yes, I would. BBWs need love too, even if they're shitty. Would you have sex with Momokun, but you have the option to use a foreign object? If we're talking bad dragon dildos, then yeah, I would still have sex with her. What's the proper shitting technique? Pretty much sitting on the toilet, spreading your ass cheeks, and letting it fly out of your asshole. If your mom suddenly asks for kids, how do you respond? I'm pretty sure that's a do. How do you respond? Because how do you respond doesn't make any sense. But yeah, I think my mom would... She's never been asking me for kids, she's just wanted grandchildren. And she got that through my sister. And I love my nephew. I love him so much. He makes me so happy every single time I see him. I'm really looking forward to seeing him again. Try and see if he likes Monster Hunter, Minions, all the 9 yards. He's still a baby, but he's fucking adorable, and I love him. Is college worth it? It all depends on what your opinion on college is. I got my degree, but I'm not doing anything with it, nor do I care about doing anything with it. If anything, I'm going to talk to my advisor and see what kind of career I have to do There's a lot of things I want to do, a lot of things I want to be, but it costs money, and I'd rather just learn shit online for several hours than pay money to take extremely expensive classes. Because that's what happens in universities. And because universities are going so, woke, uh, people believe like gender studies is supposed to be beneficial and help society out when it's literally just SJWs and far left, unhinged, dumbass motherfuckers who will turn on you the moment you disagree with them. In short, college might be worth it depending on what you want to do in your life. I'm really comfy right now with what I'm doing. It's not my end goal, but we'll get there, What's your worst fear? Well, not getting married, not having kids, not having enough Minion tattoos on my body. What are you officially diagnosed with mentally? Autism, specifically Asperger's. It's a very social form of autism that a lot of people try and disregard. I used to not be this talkative and open and sociable. Around 2012-13, when I started traveling, I really started opening up. I really started to see people I wanted to see, have fun, hang out, talk to them, despite them not remembering me, may or may not remember. So it's a fact of life, but the best part is, if you can overcome those shitty facts of life and even create a new fact of life for yourself, then that is important and worth discussing about. Why'd you become a minion? Even though that was answered in the first vid, I love answering this question anyway. I mainly became a minion and labeled myself as King Minion because of the fact I wanted to have a new name for myself within more of these online communities I'm in. Sometimes I'll go by Demon, or Demon John, or King Minion. But if I know someone, in real life, they'll call me by my real name, which is Patrick. I'm cool with that. Just don't insult me. We could get along. Unless you support Islam. Then we can't get along. Because Islam will destroy Western civilization. Anyone who tries to disagree with that is an Islam apologist and a dipshit. Where did the knock da 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 originate? I really don't know the answer to this question, because whenever I try to look this question up, I didn't know the answer. I still don't know the answer. The only thing that popped up was this song. Knock, knock, guess who? And then this song. I'll never forget the time he was asked for Hunter picks when Soul Calibur 6 came around. Yes, more than likely, because all he cares about is Frontier, Fate, Gotcha, bullshit, and himself, and his boyfriend. And it's fine, it's whatever. Just remind him, message him. Who are the Monster Trail admins? Well, since we're on the third group, it's me, Mario, Alvar, Marquise, and Fran. You doing anything with this? Because I'm putting on a jacket? Go right ahead. Put on a jacket. I'd love to see it. What happened to Would You Want to Know Monster Hunter community? I mean, nothing really evolved past that. As soon as I told people about the video, shared it, GameFAQs didn't like the fact I was creating drama, despite the fact that they're cool with a shitty Monster Hunter hacker. But it is what it is, Some people just don't give a fuck. I do. Any interest in Tsubasacon? Tsubasacon. I hope I said that right. I'd be interested in it, probably for next year. Like this year I got a lot of places to go, like New York, Pennsylvania for a day to see Tim Pool, Sargon of Akkad, and Count Dankula, and Raj. Those are the 3 main places I'm going to. saving up a shitload of money like usual. What are you hopeful for in this year's E3? Anything from Capcom and Konami, because otherwise I don't give a shit. I hope you really enjoyed those wonderful Ask Me Anythings. Feel free to comment what else you would like to see on this channel. Communication and compromise is the key to a healthy and normal relationship. And that's the kind of relationships I'm looking forward to right now. Speaking of relationships, my relationship with Colossalcon is wonderful. Like, Colossalcon 2019 was wonderful this year. Sure, it took 11 hours to drive. Sure, my car, along with many others, got stuck in the muddy grass because Kalahari and Colossalcon can't seem to work together to put rock and gravel on those locations. But it's okay. They'll learn in due time. When the consumer money fan base starts depleting, or when you go woke and start supporting vocal minorities like fucking Sailor Moon having pretty much being a promotion of LGBT. Like, that shit should not be allowed at conventions unless you have 18 plus on the sign. That's why I make my Minion panel 18 plus, because I talk about really, really extreme stuff. And sometimes it's just happy-go-lucky and positive. That's the point of panels. Like, you don't really cater to the audience. The audience listens to you. You talk about the subject they are looking forward to seeing talked about at the panel. I would have done that this year easily, but they declined my panels. It is what it is. There's always next year. Everything else for Colossalcon was amazing, though. I unfortunately got the con flu. Hopefully that goes away. Really hope so. Besides that, I'm so grateful to see my friends again from Ohio, catch up to them. Kirkland and Jay specifically. I love seeing those two dudes. We always have shit in common to talk about, and it's awesome. Also, to everyone that I talked to and added on Facebook, whether or not like you're into that kind of stuff, let me know. So that way we could like plan another convention together, or just tell you about conventions. Because I've been traveling since 2012, 13, all over the place. And interesting enough, my favorite place that I traveled to was Canada. Yeah. Colossalcon was great. I can't wait to relive it again. I just really hope they listen to the advice that I give them. It would really help them, get them more money. Last but not least, Twitter felt like post-blocking me a second week. This is all reminiscent of my time being a Facebook page admin, posting really offensive memes just to trigger the libs. And nowadays I don't really care about triggering the libs. I just care about misinformation being spewed because it's so annoying. Like, a lot of people on my Facebook and Twitter accounts, they are so blindsided of what's happening in the world that they would rather listen to mainstream media or what friends tell them to do instead of just thinking for yourselves. That's the one thing that just irks me, but it is what it is, you know? In any case, I'm hoping you enjoyed the video. Minion News Network should be a thing by 18th at best. And that's when North Carolina will truly start getting lit. Because I'm making sure shit happens. And if people don't want to support me, then so be it. I don't want to give my money to people who don't support me. Or just belittle me. I'm not a fucking cuck. But I know Jack Dorsey is. For having a shitty liberal bias. But anyways, really hope you enjoyed me talking about random shit. Feel free to leave your comments below. And we can just keep talking and listening. Because that's all that matters to me. Besides just getting through the day. So, I hope you have a wonderful night.